This is Harbor City Skate Park, and I think if it wasn't for the brand Nike, we probably wouldn't have this right now. This video is also sponsored by Squarespace, the best website for building websites. More on that later. This is my child, by the way. Nike's investment in skateboarding, as much as older skaters like me don't want to admit it, really helped push the sport towards a more mainstream position. Nike has so much money that not only can they dominate the sports sector, but they can dominate the anti-sports sector where skateboarding has lived. Older skaters like me saw when Nike came in, and we saw how that negatively affected a lot of skate shops at the time, so we feel that bit of animosity. Plus, skateboarding used to be this countercultural thing. Nike is the biggest shoe brand in the world. You can see why skaters aren't super into it, at least back in the day. Maybe it's more of a millennial thing, as they say. I hate those terms, but whatever. I forgot to mention that some skate shops were affected negatively because you needed a minimum order of Nikes, and once they would buy that, they couldn't sell that, and that would affect the skate shop heavily. But other skate shops that could buy a certain amount of Nikes actually made a lot of money in a week or two of hassling and selling to people who don't skate, and it could last them for months. I mean, it helped a lot of skate shops as well. Nike's third or fourth attempt at actually coming into skateboarding, where they succeeded, they played the clever route of actually hiring skateboarders to run the skateboarding division. It was hard to deny that Nike was actually helping real skateboarders who dedicated their lives to skateboarding, and if they're doing that, can we really be that mad? Skateboarders are able to make a living now, and honestly, I probably wouldn't even be getting the views that I get on YouTube if it weren't for the popularity that came after Nike entered the lifestyle. Nike has sponsored so many events, they've had so many different contests, they've funded a lot of skate parks that exist in America, and they're not super vocal about it, but a lot of the skate parks we have, Nike helped with. That, and the help of Rob Dyrdek and people like Tony Hawk, is the reason parks look like this today. Now it's becoming more of a facility. I've talked about this before in a video where the Olympics actually changed skateboarding, but that is a huge factor. But the Olympics happened because of brands like Nike, who are rooting it to the mainstream. We can talk a little more about it later. I'm gonna go skate the park. It looks too fun right now, so let's warm up a bit. Staying on topic is gonna be a little difficult because this skate park is incredible. I'm so stoked on it. There's a couple different sections I actually wanna skate. There's the one that you just watched, which is me skating sort of the beginner section. Then there's this bump to manual pad. There's this ball I wanna skate over, but mostly I wanna skate this kinked rail that I saw a friend skating, and I feel like I could do some stuff on it, but there's just so much to cover. There's also another skate park around the corner here. It's the park that was originally here. It's like this small secret park that we're gonna take a look at the end of the session because I only have an hour and a half to skate. And now a word from our sponsor, Squarespace. So I sort of have to stay rocking, so sorry about how the footage looks, because that's the only way to keep her at bay right now. I can't be romantic anymore about filming. The time doesn't allow it. Squarespace now has Fluid Engine, which means you basically just drag and drop. You don't need a design background to be able to design very well, which is cool. Is there anything in the background you're not supposed to be seeing? Nope, I think we're good. They have award-winning templates you can choose from. They have things like email campaigns, which is the best way to engage with an audience, because whoever subscribes actually gets your notifications, unlike every other social media, in case you are a content creator or shorts or want to do something in that field. They also have blogging tools and analytics, so if you have an online store, they have all the backend information you need to understand how to grow your business. They also have paid courses that you can sign up for. I actually have one for skateboarding, and if you have a specialty out there, I would totally recommend it. Adds validity to whatever you're trying to build. And the last thing I want to talk about, which I think is the most mind-blowing thing, is they have a third-party website now that fulfills their merchandise. So if you just design something, they'll actually create the pictures of people wearing your merchandise, and they also just build all the back and they deliver it for you. So all you have to do is literally design stuff now to have your own brand. If you want to check it out, you can click the link in the description down below to get 10% off your first purchase or domain, or go to squarespace.com/JohnHill. If you are a creative entrepreneur in any way, I would totally recommend having a website. So thank you so much. And how you doing? Before we get into anything else, let's just try to skate some other stuff at the park. bump over the ball was cool. It was a little harder to skate than I thought. The run-up is strange, but it doesn't matter. The park is fun. Everything here I like. I'm not gonna skate the big section, which is like the big handrail hubba, because I don't actually like these hubbas without like the inside. It feels like you're gonna die when riding up to it. Plus this one doesn't have good run up at all. The speed leading up to it is horrendous. I think most people don't really skate this section of the park. So I say next we try to skate this kinked rail. These things are always a little scary to get used to, but I feel like I could do something. There's one trick I have in mind I wanna try. The blunt slide, it was terrifying because you have to commit to it leaning so far to the right. And if you don't lock in correctly, you're slamming, but it's a little rail, but it's still scarier than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, since we only have like 10 minutes left before we have to leave, I'm gonna do just a couple of tricks on the bump to manual pad. Oh, okay, we did it. Man, I could skate for another hour easily, but over here is where the secret skate park is. This is gonna blow your mind, actually. Ta-da! Check it out. Look at the skate park. Okay, I'm just a shadow, but look at this park. Look how small this is. This is the best thing I've ever seen. A little skinny quarter pipe that's way too tall for what it is. A little flat rail, which actually looks pretty good. No run up, really, on either side, and then you have this gnarly A-frame in the middle. Like, this thing is so beast. I think you have enough speed from this quarter pipe to actually make it over the middle, but skating this A-frame would be terrifying. And then you have this little ledge in the corner over here. You have run up to skate it this way, but not really coming from this way. But yeah, here's a little skate park. Thank you for watching. If you do want to learn how to skate, you can click that link in the description down below. Thank you so much. Take care, progress daily, and keep killing it.